Hello guys, welcome back to my channel again. It's your favorite girl Monix and you're welcome back to my channel, and also welcome back to my corner, listening, supporting me. Please guys, do not forget to like, share, comment with all your support to be able to grow this page. Please guys, I'm pleading. So today I'm just gonna dive straight into my experiences traveling to Albania. It's actually my first time of leaving UK since we came, and then we decided to go to Albania. Of course, you know that Albania is visa free, so you don't need to go through any stress getting any visa, any Schengen visa. If you don't have any strength to go through all those Schengen visa, just go straight to places. Once you just type on your phone, places that in Europe that don't need visa. I mean, there are a lot of them. I think there are like maybe 10 or something. There are many of them. There may be up to 20, I wouldn't know. But I know there are many places in Europe that you don't need visa to go. With just your BRP or your e-visa, of course. Now, no longer BRP, e-visa. You can just go in, to those countries. So in our own case, we decided to go to Albania. It was actually my gift, a gift to my husband on his birthday. So I gifted him, but we kind of waited till my mom came around for us to be able to make that traveling. And guys, I'm not gonna lie, it was a beautiful experience. I'm gonna start from our experiences. I'm gonna give it to you guys raw, the way it is, the bad, the good, the ugly. Like, yeah, in as much as it was a good experience, but of course, yeah, everything that happened, some of the things that happened did not go down well with me. I was not happy about them. So we're first of all gonna start with because I've never booked a flight before. My husband does those things, it's his work. So, but because it was a surprise and I didn't want to get him involved, I went for the higher flights. I mean, I used to come on TikTok and see people say, "Oh, I went to Albania with just how many pounds?" Like they made it look like it was so cheap. In my case, it wasn't so cheap because for my flight ticket, I spent, my husband and I, we spent like close to £400. But then I saw people saying that, oh, they went to Albania with £70, £80. I'm like, how? You know, how? It made me look like. And I thought that somewhere in my head, I said, okay, probably they are going for the lower, or you know, it was not. I didn't even know that there was nothing like an economy. There was nothing like a business class. Everything is economy. So why do I have to pay that so much? Why some people have to just pay just 100, even 80, just to see themselves there? Like what they say in TikTok. I didn't pay that. What I paid was 380 something pounds, just close to 400 for me and my husband and I. Then. So I wasn't able to get maybe the cheaper part of the flights. So I did everything. I booked a hotel. Of course, I went for a 5-star hotel, hoping that, okay, 5-star hotel, you know, it was just I just wanted us to have a wonderful time alone. Like, aside from not being able to travel out or not having chance, not having chance to travel out, I also wanted us to have a good moment. Everything we wanted, I just wanted us to have it in that trip. I mean, we've always wanted to have a 5-star, so that's why I had to go for a 5-star, even though I saw cheaper options, you know. So we went for that 5 stars, and then yeah, on the day we traveled, we went through. We started to drive because, of course, the train and the buses, it was not convenient. So we drove all the way from Wales down to Luton Airport. So my husband has said to me that, okay, probably we're going to upgrade. Since you already paid for economy, let's upgrade to business class. We have never traveled before. We didn't know that there was nothing like business class. And because of that, I was supposed to check in online. So I said, okay, there was no need of checking in, because all of us know that where we came from, especially in Nigeria, that if you don't check in online, you can also still check offline, maybe when you come, but just make sure you arrive at the airport as early as. So that was our case. We thought that we were going to arrive at the airport as early as. In short, we arrived as early as, only for us to be told that that we did not check in, and because of we did not check in, that we're going to pay more. So I was like, oh, that's why I've always thought that anybody that if you cannot check in online, that you can also check in offline. So why am I supposed to pay extra? And I'm here early. It's not as if I came late. My dear, we paid extra. We paid like 80 something pounds, 44 pounds each, which is like 88 pounds, just for not checking in. It was the highest pain of my life. I felt so pained. Like, how can I just spend this money unnecessary? That was a very, like, unnecessary spending. And because I had my phone, I could have just checked in. But I had that mentality of other of my experiences in the past, and I said, and I used it on this one, and it didn't work for me. And then they were not so nice. I'm not gonna lie. The people at that airport, they were not so nice. So I'm not going to mention the name of the flight, but if you want, you can just DM me and I'll just tell you the name and everything. But because of security reasons, honestly, just know that if you're traveling anywhere to Albania, make sure that you check in on your phone online, check in to avoid the kind of trauma we faced. As long as I said that's not enough. After paying, my dear, we still lined up because they told us that there's no longer any seat for us. So we're going to stay and then wait for other people to board. Then the people that, because I said, how on earth do you people keep paying for a flight and you people know it's full? You guys will not direct someone to another one. You keep people, they have a lot of over. So we waited for everybody to check in before we actually check in on us, because if there was no seats, they would not check whether there's some people cancelled or something. They will not put you, otherwise you not follow the next side. I don't understand that pattern, so that enough just spoils my mood going. So when we got there, it was actually a 2 hours and 30 minutes flight from the UK. So when we got there, it's beautiful. Like, it wasn't like the pattern of the house, everything. It was not what I was expecting, but then the place is beautiful. But their pattern of house, they're not even much in that country anyways. I don't think they're up to, I don't know if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they're up to 3 million. They're not much in the country, the whole of Albanians, they're not much. So you could just see house here, see another one there, and the pattern of their house I did not understand. So we just got down. First of all, just know that if you're going, you need a kind of eSIM, which is the best, the cheapest. You don't necessarily need to kind of start buying SIM card. I think eSIM is the best. Just go to your phone, check for eSIM, look for the cheaper option, just go for it. And then, as we didn't even finish it, and we just spent like how many euros? It wasn't like 11 or something euros just for the period we were there. We were there for 4 nights, So when we came down, we had to hire a taxi. No, initially we couldn't hire a taxi because we didn't have internet. And we were so tired. All we wanted to do was just to get to our hotel. So when my husband asked if we could just hire a car from there to our hotel, when we landed, we couldn't get we couldn't rent a car, so we just had to pay 30 euros just to take us to our destination. And it wasn't that far. I mean, it's quite expensive because people actually think that it's cheap. It's not that cheap. It's not cheap, but it's kind of affordable. Maybe if you compare it to other European countries, that's, places like Spain and all those, Greece and all those. If you compare, maybe it's a bit affordable, but that does not mean it's cheap. It wasn't cheap at all for everything we did there. So for after the check-in, we got down and then we went to our hotel. So because we were already tired, they told us that we're supposed to be maybe lodging by 2 or something in our hotel, but we just came because we landed with the first flight, which was around 10:30. So by the time we were getting there, it was almost 12. But luckily for us, the hotel, the room was already free. So they just told us to just take our things. Like, they just said, I remember we never had any discussion. They didn't tell us anything like, there's a mini bar, or you can take anything from the mini bar. No, nobody said to us anything. Because just like, can we just go into the rooms? Are our rooms ready now? They said, yes, it's ready. And we just took our bag. They gave us the key and they said, pay. And we paid and we left. Nobody said us. There was no orientation on anything. And we Nigerians now, I cannot go into the room. I cannot go into any room and not be looking at and be looking for paper that I will read or something. So when I entered the room, my darling, I saw a lot of goodies in the fridge. A lot of goodies. I'm like, wow, is this what a 5-star look like? Is this? Back then in Saudi Arabia, we have visited hotels, even in Dubai, that whatever is in the fridge is yours. You know that it's yours. They use it to welcome you. My darling, these people did not give us that orientation. No. We went into the fridge, we were eating everything, Pringles, chocolates, drinks, there were alcohols. We were just eating because we felt like they were free. Every day we're going to eat, they will reload it, we'll eat, they will reload it and say, wow, is this what 5-star look like? Oh, that means it's worth it, it's worth it. My dear, after everything, okay, I'm gonna keep that for the later. Let me talk about the other days that we spent there. It was lovely. We went to beautiful places. Albania have beautiful places, like their views are just wonderful. Just know that any hotel you're booking around there, they always have the same view. I mean, I wouldn't even say there's much different between 5-star and normal hotel. Honestly, I didn't see. In all honesty, I did not see. I actually wish I actually went for the normal one, because all of them had that view sites, you know. And most of the hotels gives you breakfast. You have your breakfast, then sort yourself out with your lunch and your dinner. But they have good breakfast in all the hotels. So I didn't actually understood why I went for that 5-star, because it was not 5-star after the whole thing. Yeah, I kind of regretted it. But then if you want to try. But this is my honest truth. I'm going to be telling you all my honest truth. So the activities we didn't have any itinerary in our mind. We just like, okay, let's just go, whatever we see we take. But I knew I wanted to do a boat cruise. I knew I wanted to try things I was scared of, especially water, and they had a lot of water around there. So first activities we did was to go to the beach. But yeah, the few things we did, the jet ski, it was not a good experience because we didn't know how to do it. And at the middle of, I stopped my husband. Immediately we entered the jet ski, my husband was driving, and I saw how his hand was shaking, and I'm like, oh now you're going to drop me from here. If anything happens to me in the middle of this place, I'm dead. Even though I know with my life jacket, but I cannot take that risk. I don't know how to swim. I'm not a good swimmer, so I didn't want. So I started calling for help because I saw how my husband's hand was shaking. I knew he was struggling, but he was trying to be a man. I had to call for help. They came and they took me. So when they took me and I went back to where I was standing, my husband went on. I told them that my husband is struggling. That is either that stuff is not okay, or that he doesn't know how to drive. I said that he was struggling. Before I could even look back, I have seen the jet ski, whatever, taking my husband to where he did not know. So they had to go and then help him, and he came back. And that's our first experience. And we went to another place at Vilo. Yeah, we went to Vilo. So in Vilo, there were beautiful places. That's when we had to enter into the Mediterranean Sea. So in that Mediterranean Sea, we had a lot. I'm gonna divide this video into 2 parts anyways. Yeah, we're gonna divide